Well, hello and welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining us for our March edition of Anewgo Amplify. This one is You've Got Mail. So, we're going to be talking about best practices for how to launch marketing campaigns as well as best practices for your personal follow-ups for clients using Anewgo tools. As always, the session is being recorded, so I'm going to get it over to you as soon as possible. And I will be monitoring chat, so please feel free to ask your questions, concerns, suggestions, anything you want to hear in the next Anewgo Amplify. I'm all ears. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to our VP of Sales, Beth Bird.
Thanks, Anya. I had to get my favorite movie into one of these sessions. So, You've Got Mail was a fun topic because I've been wanting to talk about email marketing and personal emails and how you can utilize your Anewgo tools better. We're all sending emails, our inboxes are flooded with emails. Most builders send marketing emails. If they're lucky, maybe they're getting decent open rates if they've got good subject lines. But the problem is those click through rates. How do we get engagement from our marketing emails? How do we create more compelling email blasts? And I will tell you, when I worked for a builder, some of my most successful and most clicked through campaigns were tied to my Anewgo resources. So that was really the inspiration here. These emails would blow up. We'd get a ton of people acting on them, which was something that we didn't get with a lot of other emails that were more generic. I think that the one of the main reasons is this feels like email that's more of a service than a sale because you're offering something of value that the buyer can engage with and interact with rather than just, please buy this house that's for sale. It's so great. So it's a refreshing change for the buyers who are receiving those emails. Separately, this was a really personal tool or powerful tool for my team to utilize for follow-up. And so we're going to go through some examples for both categories. You've got mail. From inbox to inspiration, let's talk about how to drive engagement through design and choice. So we're going to rapid fire through some specific ideas, starting with the e-blast. So let's start with a new community. Maybe you've got a new community that you're launching. This is a great opportunity to put that sitemap out there. I know some of our builders will plug the sitemap into marketing tools and then watch what lots are people hitting on. Where am I getting the most traffic? But this is a great message to also share maybe a community video, and we'll talk about those a little bit more coming up. But if you're trying to get that pre-sale going, if you want to talk about a new neighborhood, send the interactive site plan, send any visuals that you have from your Anewgo tools about what this community will look like. And it's a great way to get those clicks happening on the sitemap that you can convert into data to set your lot premiums and your pre-sale strategy in the neighborhood. Next up, Floor plan of the month. This is a really easy series to do to help fill up your email calendar. So come up with a floor plan and then encourage them to design it. You'll see here I just grabbed a bunch of little snips from screenshots from the app showing how the floor plan can be designed, the exterior can be designed, or for those of you who have interior tools, the kitchen could be designed. This is a really compelling way to bring engagement to those featured plans. Next up, how about exteriors? Teach them to mix, match, and make it yours. I thought that might be a fun idea for a subject line. Show the same home in multiple colors. The point here is demonstrating how to use the tools. Don't just say, we have interactive tools. Show them, give them ideas of what they can do. And exterior is one of those that people have really strong feelings about. It might be that this is your marketing image for the plan and it just doesn't resonate. They wanted something a little moodier. But if they can see it in this color, they get really excited. This is a fun tool. People love experimenting with different colors. And so this is a great way to get them involved very quickly. And I promise you're going to have some good clicks if you send an email promoting your exterior configurator. All right, next up is the interior. So this shot is from a virtual tour. Some of you may have virtual tours. Some of you may have our kitchen designers. but encourage them to explore the interior of the house. And this is through different packages, also the structural options. So you'll see the little plus sign here. If we've done structural options for you in your virtual tour, they can, of course, explore and design structural things like one of these pluses adds fireplace, another adds extra windows there. So people love to explore the different visuals. Again, it may be that this photograph here or this set of finishes in this image that I've put in just isn't resonating with a buyer. But when they know that they have an opportunity to choose, they're going to be more likely to come through and explore this tour. And continuing on the theme of virtual tours, you could do a subject line like open the door from anywhere. Tell them they don't have to come out to your community initially to tour a house. Show them that they can walk through. And I love using GIFs or videos in this case to really help them understand this isn't just a still image, but a space that I can move through. Demonstrate all the different points in the floor plan that they're going to be able to explore and encourage them to walk through this house virtually or even walk through the community from home. And what's especially interesting, I was thinking, is what if you have a time of day or weather going on when people just don't want to get out of their house? So it might be that you've had a recent storm like many of us have had here. Let's go back to here for a minute. Snowstorm, and it's really hard to get people out to the models. Sending a virtual tour of a plan or a video of a community, letting them tour that home from their home or wherever they are would be powerful. Or in the summer, I don't know about your part of the country, but here in Oklahoma, there are some parts of summer that are so miserable. You do not want to walk outside. You don't want to have to get in your car. It's so hot. So it'd be a great time to have a virtual tour. Even what if you explore times of day? We're often looking to send marketing emails at specific days of the week and certain hours when we know email rates are higher. But what if you looked at what might be considered an off-peak time, sending this later at night or on the weekend when you know people are maybe sitting on their couch or relaxing at home and your message is connected to that? Your message is telling them, look, I know you're trying to relax at home. You can do this right where you are right now. That might be a really unique opportunity to capture some eyeballs at a little bit different time than you normally would. Okay, back to this slide. Many of you I know are fighting with affordability and probably talking about interest rates with your buyers. So why not use the interactive mortgage calculator that's built into the tool as a connection to those emails that you're sending out about promotional rates? So maybe you're doing a promotional rate of 4.99 buy down. Do a screenshot of the mortgage calculator with that and put verbiage in here that's explaining you can design the home, adjust this interest rate, and see what a difference that makes in your monthly payment. And then as you're looking at those structural options, should I add the third car garage? Can I get that bonus room? Look, with our special interest rate buy down, those are within your reach. Those are possible. So this is a really simple way to tie interactivity to a message that is often a little bit more static. Bonus, this would just be for a few of you right now, but hopefully more in the future. For those who have our AI assistant, the AI Assistant Lifestyle Quiz is a great tool to engage buyers that are still early in the shopping journey. So if you've got people who just haven't really connected yet, you don't have good information for specific follow-up, whether we're talking in a minute about salespeople or marketing, this is really top of the funnel. Encourage them, say, hey, look, we've got this lifestyle quiz. This is a great way to find your perfect home. Reminds me of the magazine quizzes we used to take many years ago. Anya, did you like the magazine quizzes too?
I love the magazine
I
quizzes.
know. Me too. Me too. This is like the new version of this. So I think this is a really fun one to include. And if you have questions about the AI assistant, I'm glad to talk to you about it. This is just for Anewgo websites. This is not available for the marketing app. Okay. So we've talked about all the e-blast options for large scale marketing. Let's talk now more about the personal follow-up as a salesperson or an online salesperson. And the first idea that I have for you is a before you visit email. So maybe you've got an appointment that is scheduled. Why not with your confirmation email? Hey, looking forward to meeting with you at such and such a time. Why not include some interactivity? Here's a video where you can learn more about the community, or here's my interactive site map so you can preview which home sites you might want to look at together. Help them start narrowing down before they visit the model home if they've not already done that as part of their sales process so far. Or how about after they've left, sending them a you loved this home email. If they've not walked out the door with a brochure from Anewgo, create one. Put together the home that they liked, put together the floor plan with the options they liked on a home site that they liked, and send them that information. I think it's a great idea to create your own account in the Anewgo app or on your Anewgo website where you can save favorites for buyers. You can label them and then share them with a particular buyer. That also will encourage the buyer to log in, design their own versions, but this would be a great follow-up that's very personalized and very specific, not just a thanks for coming back in email. And it's important to utilize insights as you're thinking about follow up. Look at what they're doing. Are they logging in? And I've got this blurred out so that you can't see all the details on purpose because these are screenshots from a real client here. But what homes are they favoriting? Are they engaged? Have they created new brochures? What are they doing so that your follow up will be very specific? And you can even recommend plans to them based on this. And then as you're talking about long term follow up, all of the tools that we've talked about for eBlast really can be leveraged again for those specific follow-ups, like this virtual tour. Hey, you loved this plan when we were together. Let's start designing it. Maybe you've been focusing on lot, floor plan, elevation, and you haven't gotten down to the next level of decisions with them in that meeting. Let them work through that next set of decisions at home using a tool like this, where they're selecting their design package and they're really just increasing that emotional attachment to the home. They're making those little decisions that add up to the big yes. And this is a really fun tool for them. And they typically share this a lot too. Hey, look at this house I'm designing. So this is a great one. Also, a very simple thing you can do on your phone is do quick screen recordings on your phone to remind the buyers of what they can do. So I just took this from my cell phone. I opened up the app. I explored a couple different things. So shoot this over in a text message. If you're seeing that they're not engaged in insights, they're not really doing anything, something with movement, just like we talked about earlier in the e-bus, catches the eye more and it's going to be more compelling in terms of getting them back on the app, getting them to create a registration. And tied to that, don't forget, I always harp on this, don't forget to tell them why to register, to save their favorites, to be able to come back in the sales process and not have to start from square one every time. So utilize these screen recordings, whether it's a floor plan, a site map, exteriors, interiors, the video, all of the tools. It's a really simple way to shoot them a text message and then make sure to include the link for them to log in on their own. Whew, okay, that was a quick overview. So what's next? How do you utilize these tools? And the first one is make a plan. And we talked about this when we talked about social media a few months ago. But if you can schedule these things out ahead of time, it's going to make your e-blasts so much easier rather than coming to what am I going to send this week? Lay out a calendar ahead of time and take the ideas that I've given you and say, okay, 1 week a month, we're going to plug in a floor plan of the month. 1 week a month, we're going to do a community feature and I'm going to use these tools. Or 1 week a month, I'm going to do something that is maybe more about an interactivity and a virtual tour, whatever it would be. You can just start laying those out in a calendar ahead of time so that it's much simpler to execute when the time comes. Additionally, make sure your sales team or your online team have training on how to use your Anewgo tools. And if you need help with that, I'm glad to help. But I find oftentimes that the on-site teams just aren't aware of all the functions and resources that they have available to them already in your app. And there are a lot of ways that we can help them leverage them and get more value out of what you are already doing with Anewgo. So reach out to me if you're interested in team training. And that's all I've got for you today, Anya.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for taking us through that. Always really valuable information. I feel like I always learn something new. So thanks for tuning in. We do have a webinar that is going to be coming up on the 18th of this month. It's going to be about AI assistants. So if you guys are curious about that, you want to learn more, check your inbox. That information is going to be coming out to you tomorrow. So we hope to see you later in the month and for our next Anewgo Amplify in April. So with that, I will send a recording in a couple of days and thank you for tuning in. See you guys soon.
Thank you. Bye bye.